Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and today we're covering the Imperial Probe Droid Mission. This happens in Phase 3 of the Dark Side territory battles, and you need to accomplish the mission with a team of Imperial troopers. So what I've done is, over the past couple of instances of this territory battles, I've tried to beat this with the lowest gear level team possible. And I started my journey at Gear 8. I had a full Gear 8 team that I thought maybe I would be able to squeak through and get it done if I put on my best arena mod. So I did that, and I wasn't able to complete the mission, and it wasn't even really close. And the reason for that is I didn't have Deathtrooper ready. My squad was Veers, Snowtrooper, Shore Trooper, Stark, and Magma Trooper. Magma Trooper filling in because my Death Trooper wasn't starred high enough to do the mission. So that held me back. I definitely don't think it's possible or repeatable. You might be able to do it 1 in 10 times, but I don't think you can do it reliably, and you don't get to restart this mission. It's a one and done with a Gear 8 team without Death Trooper. If you put Death Trooper in there, maybe, but I still think Gear 8 is going to be too low for your team. Then the next time around, I tried it at Gear 9, again with the same team, no Death Trooper, and I got pretty close. I felt like I had 1 or 2 bad RNG strikes, and that toppled the run. I did make it to the second of 2 waves, and I was in the ballpark, but didn't quite get there. So with Death Trooper and an all Gear 9 team and really good mods, I think it's possible to do this mission. Now again, just having it be possible may not be good enough because you only get 1 try at this mission. It's worth a lot of bonus credits that go to your whole guild, so it's important that you be able to do this. So it's worth a little extra investment, and this is a good team anyway. All of the Imperial Troopers as a team are solid. They have their uses in various game elements. They're good in territory battles, they're good in territory wars, they're good in the Sith raid, so it's worth it. What I would recommend you get to is a Gear 10 squad for your troopers, and that includes Death Trooper. For the run that you're going to see, the one that I actually did, all of my team is at Gear 10, except Death Trooper was only at Gear 7. I didn't have enough gear to get Death Trooper past Gear 7, and you can see still survived with the entire team and got through this, and I did not use my arena mods. This is with a dedicated mod set that's on my troop. So when the battle actually starts, what makes this so tough? Well, it's the amount of damage, potential damage, that you have coming back at your squad that you need to survive in order to beat this mission. So there are 2 waves. In the first wave, it is 6 Hoth soldiers of different variations. There's a commander, there are some scouts, and there are troopers. And I think there's 4 of the soldiers, actually, not troopers. Hoth Rebel Soldiers. You want to watch out for them because they can counterattack. And the Imperial Troopers have a lot of AOE damage that will trigger a lot of counterattacks. And if you have Shore Troopers taunt up, he'll be able to soak some of that damage, but not all of it, and not repeated counterattacks from multiple characters. And if you don't have Shore Troopers taunt up, and you do an AoE with maybe Veers, then you could get counterattacked and a couple of crits, and you could lose a character in 1 salvo. So the approach that I take here, and the approach that I recommend, is if you're trying to skirt by with a fairly low gear level, I think if once you get to Gear 11, this probably becomes a cakewalk. But at Gear 10, be careful about triggering counterattacks from the Hoth Rebel Soldiers, and you have a couple of ways to get around that. Namely Death Troopers Daze and Stun. If you can get that onto one of the troopers, then go nuts attacking that trooper because they won't be able to counterattack you. The other thing you can do is use the special abilities that you get for completing the platoons, especially the AT-AT strike. Does a huge amount of health pool damage. So if you can get the character kind of low, then you can use that strike to eliminate the character completely, and if they're taken out, then they also can't counterattack. But you have to be careful with things like Snowtroopers AoE, Stark's AOE and Veer's AOE, they can trigger a massive number of counterattacks, and if you do a couple of them back to back, you may lose a character. So if you can land a stun on a trooper, I would focus fire them down. Veer's AoE is worth it as long as you can eliminate a character with it, because it's calling in Deathtrooper, so you're probably going to get at least a daze, maybe a stun. Hopefully you're going to eliminate the character you're going after, because there's a lot of firepower going after that target. So you can use that to eliminate a character. Once you get a target down, you can use Deathtrooper's Deathmark to take down one of those troopers quickly. Again, the less shots you're putting into the troopers, to the soldiers, the less chance they're going to have to fire back at you. And also, make sure you use Shore Trooper's Taunt and Crit Immunity. That will also blunt the damage that's coming to you from the counterattacks and also the regular attacks. So you have some tools here. Make sure you use them smartly. It's not about burning down these guys as quickly as possible. Their regular attacks, when it's just one of them attacking, it's not so dangerous. They don't go off on this big tangent like happens in sometimes in some of the territory battles, where 6 of the rebels buff each other and get all kinds of crazy turn meter and crazy damage and throw a bunch of damage at you and eliminate a character. They don't really work that way. They're not set up for that in this battle. It's more of just being aware of the consistent damage they can put out and the burst damage that can come from counterattacks. So, daze a soldier if you can, and then take them out. If you're a little low on health, or if you're waiting for cooldowns, attack one of the other targets. Attack a scout or attack the commander until you're ready to again go for a soldier and daze them, and then take them down with your big hits. I would say go ahead and use the AT-AT attack if you want, but do it early so that you have plenty of time while you get through the rest of the phase to let it build back up. And you also have a chance, if you've got Zeta on your Veers, that you can get your troopers healed up as you progress through the fight. You might take some damage early, but you can build back up their health and protection, and you want to also have the cooldowns ready. So when you get down to just one enemy left, then, you know, make sure that you're not burning your expensive cooldowns. Don't use Deathmark on the last enemy, because you want to have it available when you get into the second wave. And speaking of the second wave, when you get to the second wave, it is an all-star lineup here. It is Captain Han Solo, or CHolo, and Rebel Officer Leia Organa, or ROLO, and Commander Luke Skywalker. So a powerful lineup. They can dish out a ton of damage, mostly from Commander Luke. They've got the heal ability from Han, and they've also got foresight that gets spread around a lot. So you need to also be ready when you get into this fight to deal with this team quickly. I think Han is the first target. His heals, his revive, if you take somebody out and then they just get brought back, that's going to be a waste of effort. So focus on Han first. And as you can see here, it's a little bit frustrating because of the constant foresight. It's tough to pin him down, but as long as you have some decent health and protection on your guys, all you really have to worry about is that one alpha strike from Luke where he uses his special ability. And if you survive that, you're probably going to be in good shape. So start working on Han. Again, getting the stun from Deathtrooper really can limit Han, because then the foresight won't work. You can't evade if you're stunned. So burn down Han, use whatever attacks you have available, use the AoE from Veers, use the special from the AT-AT if it comes up, whatever you can to get Han down as fast as possible. Then the second thing I would do is focus on Commander Luke, and hopefully you want to get Deathmark on Luke as soon as possible. So with Han down, Deathmark is active, get Deathmark on Luke and he will go down very quickly. And then as long as you have some semblance of your team left at that point, I have my entire team left here, but if you've got 2 or 3 of the characters left, you'll probably be able to get Leia down without too much trouble. She can't put out too much damage quickly, and even if you're just going to survive, if you can survive until the AT-AT attack recharges, which it'll do quickly if you've just got a couple characters that are cycling through and Leia cycling through her turns, then you can use that to take out a big chunk of her health all at once, and that will probably be enough to get you over the hump and to finish the mission. So hopefully this is a useful guide to those of you that are looking to complete this for the first time. You're trying to figure out, do I have enough in the tank? Do I need to really spend crystals to get that last piece of gear, or am I going to be okay to make it through? hopefully you can use this as a guide. You can use the strategy. Remember, counterattacks are the main enemy, the main threat in the first wave, and then it's Commander Luke's damage in the second wave. Get Han down first, then get Deathmark on Luke and take him out quickly. So if you follow these steps, hopefully you'll be able to complete the mission and earn some of those rewards for your guild. If you found this video useful, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you're a pro at this mission and you do something differently, or you have a team that you were actually able to beat it with Gear 9, or you have some other knowledge to share. Feel free to do that in the comments below. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.